I haven't been here for an entire day. Yes, I am 20 years young now. Somebody already said how we're dinosaurs. That's fine. I'm just a little out of my element right now, okay? And how to get back into the element by looking at r/im14andthisisdeep. Today's youth. Therapy and oversharing. From Teen India. But we have two things to tackle here. First of all, the meme itself. I have no idea what it's trying to say because I don't know. I feel like that's not true. But I'm no longer a teen. And this is from Teen. Also, never go on r/teen or r/teen country, whichever one you want. Because, I mean, they did a survey. How many? It was like more than half were just adults looking for teens. If you know what I mean with looking for teens. So you might, if you are a teenager, want to stay away from all that. Because, you never know who is lurking in the deeps coming for your booty. And I'm saying that for real, because that's really what's going on. So we got this great picture here. Oh, look at the bottom. What's the meaning here? You tell me. How am I supposed to know? It's your picture. So the puzzle piece gets born, then becomes a child, then becomes grown up and goes to college, and becomes grown up and goes depressed, then self-harms, and then tries fitting in with people and develops a penis out of a suit tie. Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but you know, I guess that's nice if you want to do that. So why don't you just go find a different group? What I'm trying to, like, why don't you just go to a group and be like, oh, I fit in here. That makes sense. Because you're almost the same as the guy on the bottom left. You just have a hole on the left sticking out. And you have to go with a group of 6. If you go with a group of 6, then that's, or 9, something like that, then that's no problem anymore. So why do you go with a group of 4 where you don't fit in unless you cut your own head bump off? Why would you do that? You could just not do that, you know? So this meaning is all lost here because it doesn't make sense. If you're gonna try to make something deep, make it make sense. Because this is stupid. I don't like this one. I don't like you. Look at the bottom here. Comment jigsaw in your language. Look, I use tricks to make you comment. I always say at the end, like, subscribe, and comment your favorites. And then I name something. And that's usually something where you're like, yeah, I really want to comment like my favorite whatever I say, and then I get more comments, which increases the out. Look, I know how to play this game, alright? I don't just shoot out in the wind, you know, throw poopy at the wally, if you know what I'm saying. I am kind of a little bit aware of what I'm supposed to do, you know, and sometimes it's not very nice, especially soy jacking in the thumbnail, like, or like very, very over exaggerately. Know that if you see my thumbnail, that it hurt a little inside when I made that face. Thank you. That was really hard to say because that sentence is just so complicated. That's just, when everyone of your age is enjoying their life, but you're trying to figure out what's the reality behind everything. Well, I have an answer for you. See this thing right here? You should give it a shot, you know, just give it a shot. Just give it a shot. Just see what it does. See what happens. Because it worked for me. Yes, it did. Also, can't you do both? Like, you can have a fun time, but then ask the question, but then still have a fun time. Or are you that consumed by the question? I feel like you're just missing out there. Like, you're kind of wasting time. Are you? You know, and I'm not saying it's wasted time by being introspective, but like, you should at least have some enjoyment, man. Like they say, there's a balance to everything, unless you're really, really heavy. I guess, I don't know why I said that. I don't know what I was trying to say, like what the joke was there, but you know. I've never had the impression that the Reddit population reflected actual society. Someone here says, in vino veritas, which I know what that means. I'm just not going to say what it means because I'm not really feeling like I want to say what that is, but I know it for sure. Right. Reddit and anonymous online activity in general is the modern alcohol. It absolutely reflects the actual society, but in actual society, people moderate themselves for fear of consequences. And just like how alcohol makes people show what they really think because it makes them feel invincible, so too does anonymity of the internet. So if alcohol makes you be who you really are because you feel invincible, I heard that's what cocaine does. Okay, so you're contradicting yourself because I think that's what cocaine does. So, or is cocaine, is that supercharged? Do you go beyond yourself? I think you should do cocaine. I don't know, you shouldn't. That was a joke. Legally speaking, that was a joke, so you shouldn't do that because I said that you shouldn't do that. Also, it doesn't reflect the pop. You're being smart, trying to be smart, but you're not actually smart. Because here's what's happening. I am actually smart, and you were not. Okay, but for real, it doesn't reflect society, because if you go on any political subreddit, they're all baffled that not their candidate won. Like, I'm not trying to bog down this comment with politics. I talked about politics once. I'm not doing that again. Never get it twisted. Any social media platform ever, especially Reddit and X, I feel like are the most political. But I don't know, if you go on Twitch to watch some political streamer or YouTube, even if you can go on some like 4chan, even Pornhub probably, or some political, it's all an echo chamber. Because people who agree with it are more gonna be more interacting with that content. You're gonna have that one angry person that doesn't agree, and then everybody's laughing at it. You think, oh yeah, the side I agree with is the majority, and then that's just not the case. The most dangerous anger is built in someone who has a good heart. Why did they make Mike Tyson look like, what does that look like? Like a thing, right? Like but the thing is, it's not really dangerous anger. Because if we're saying, okay, you have a good heart and you have a lot of anger, then probably you won't use it to hurt other people. So it's not that dangerous because you have a good heart and you try not to hurt other people. So is this really true? Because I feel like it's not true. I feel like what do I feel? I feel this texture from my, I got this pop filter on my microphone. Pop, pop, pop! And it should decrease the poppiness of the thing. When I say the P, it doesn't like in your ears, right? That's what's supposed to do, but the texture is really soft. I also made cookies yesterday with my sister. They were kind of doughy, which was the purpose. Delicious. So it's the mentality. You want to have the mentality that you have dangerous anger. Why would you want that like being affirmed to you? Because what you say to yourself is often what you start believing. Like you start lying to yourself. Like let's say you keep hearing around you like, oh yeah, that's for you probably have anxiety. It's probably anxiety, right? And then you start saying to yourself, yeah, I probably have anxiety. Then you're gonna have more anxiety because you're kind of conforming to what you believe about yourself. Hey, look, we got this one last time. If you like Geometry Dash, you should check out Mohammed Jakalem Al Abdullah. But you should do that because this ad is really stupid. I went on there and there were YouTubers talking about what they liked about Geometry Dash, right? First it was Chris Hansen was talking about Rob Top, and we got some other bald guy that I didn't know. Then I skipped to Pokemon and she was moaning. But she wasn't moaning. In the video she was talking, but the sound was just a girl moaning. And I'm like, why? And it was 17 minutes long? Why would you do that? So don't click on that ad. The picture with deep meaning. But the thing is, I don't know what it's trying to say. I mean, I get it because like, oh, mom screams all the time, and then the daughter screams back, and then it's like, okay, but what are you really trying to say? Are you trying to say to the mom, hey, don't scream, but the mom is probably not going to see it because she's old. And old people do use social media, but I feel like shorts especially is more targeted towards young people. And it's like, what does that mean? So you can also just not scream to your mom. It could be like, mom, you didn't raise us very nice, right? That was cool. I don't know what I'm saying, okay? I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know why you're even listening to me. Like, why do you think that I have good advice? Look at me. Honestly, look at me for a second and I forgot the word. I really forgot the word. I just lost English. Meaning the English doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, I totally forgot what I was trying to say, but let's... yeah. They hate to hear we can't show weakness ever, but it's true, you have to fight every day to the best you can, knowing there's wolves at the gates. They'll make every attempt to weaken you or call you out. These are lesser men, and insecure women never feel bad about being a man ever. Everyone loves to hate the guy at the top. Look, the thing is, I'd love to laugh at this too. I don't know what they're talking about. I mean, yeah, fine. It looks cringy, but what are they talking about, man? I'm out of the loop. I'm missing out on the ha-has. Between an ant and a spider, there's nothing to fear. The ant, while capable of moving mountains of earth 10,000 times its size, has no poison in its bite. The spider, while having poison lethal, paralyzing to anything of its size, has no solidarity with its own kind. If ants had a more damaging weapon, or if spiders learned to work together, they would each be terrifying to their opponents. But the ant hides in a dark cave, satisfied with bottom feeding, and the spider resorts to cannibalism, eating its own offspring, kin, and mate. I'm pretty sure ants kill each other as well, just for fun. I'm also pretty sure that if you, go to certain ants, the bullet ants, right? Let it bite or sting you or whatever it does, and then tell me again if they have poison or not, right? So yeah, get back to me on that, please. What are you even trying to say? That's just what I just don't know what you're trying to say. Like, what are you even talking about? Are they opponents? Do they hate each other? I feel like they're just kind of indifferent. Like, hey, spider, you don't bother me, I don't bother you? Good? Alright, let's go. Something like that. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that's the case. It just feels if I am lagging. I think I'm a robot. I'm not an actual person. I'm a robot. I don't even bleed. I'm just wires going all through all this skin, right? I don't exist. I'm not a human. I miss the old me who was always sweet and caring. When did I become this monster? He became a femboy next to a table with stars hanging out. Why are there so many stars hanging from the ceiling? But like at like knee height. How? Yeah, right? That makes sense. But no, it doesn't make sense. That's what I'm saying. And what kind of monster? Go around in the night eating people or something like that? I do that as well. I'm not a monster. Do I look like a monster to you? Be honest. I'm not a monster. I eat people, but I'm not a monster. So don't say that about yourself. Girl, be confident in yourself and don't let anyone tell you what you are or are not are. Because you're not a monster. And if you believe that about yourself, then why? You can just still be sweet and caring, right? You can just still do that. Like, there's no reason to just not, you can just do that. Is that easy? I don't get what you're trying to do. Let's just do it. But that'll do for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment your favorite cookie recipe. Favorite cookie recipe. Look at this. Chocolate's in it. Delicious. Alright, let's get out of here.